Just ahead on American Black Journal, we're dedicating the entire show to a very important topic in the African American community: how to get healthy and stay fit. We'll talk about eating healthy and how your diet impacts your body. Plus, African Americans are more likely to suffer from diseases like hypertension and prostate cancer. We'll hear how older black males can maintain a healthier lifestyle. That's all coming up next.
Lindsay wants to know.
So I'm curious, what's DTE Energy doing to improve their customer service?
Why don't we take a ride over there and let Rachel tell us? Hello.
Hello. Take a walk with me. Here at DTE Energy, we're working very hard to improve our service, like answering every call under 1 minute and resolving the issue on the first call.
Wow, no passing the buck, huh?
Nope. And plus, we're adding over 100 customer service jobs right here in the state of Michigan.
I need to get a real job.
I'm going to send your application.
Thanks, Rachel. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
Welcome to American Black Journal. I'm Stephen Henderson. Last month, Whole Foods Market opened its first store in the city of Detroit. The company is also reaching out to educate the community about healthy eating and good nutrition. The store has a community health and wellness educator on staff who's teaching Detroiters how to eat healthy and better understand nutritional information on food labels. Dr. Akua Woolbright is here today to talk about her efforts to create a healthier Detroit. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. I have to say, first of all, I think I have been in the Whole Foods store almost every day since you guys opened.
Thank you.
I work downtown and I live not far, and it's it's right in that sort of wheelhouse of places that I would go. But I'm also impressed by the whole idea of someone like you working at a grocery store. You wouldn't find that at I think most grocery stores, but that fits in, as you were saying earlier to me, about the core values that Whole Foods has.
That's absolutely right. About 5 years ago, one of our CEOs decided to introduce healthy eating as one of our core values. It's something that is a part of our original purpose, but Whole Foods Market is also known for just gourmet, delicious foods as well. So we wanted to shine the spotlight back onto eating natural, healthy foods, and I'm happy to be a part of that process.
Okay, and so tell me how that works in the store. I mean, this is an outreach that goes beyond people coming in the store to buy. It's you going out and talking to people about
so in different stores it will look differently, so I want people to know that.
Okay.
We do have healthy eating specialists in many of our stores. So these are people who can talk to you about healthy eating or take you on a tour of the store to help you pick out the best food products for whatever you're interested in doing at home. We also have an online presence. Our healthy eating program is called Health Starts Here, and we have a lot of online tools and materials to help people get started on a healthy eating journey. My role as the senior healthy eating specialist, coming from Global, where we help to create that program, is to really take that a little bit deeper.
Okay.
And I've been doing that around the country and now focused exclusively on Detroit.
On Detroit. And you guys have nutrition classes and things like that going on, right?
I teach people how to use food as medicine, food as supplement. I teach people the difference between real food and fake food stuff.
Right.
We definitely learn to read labels a little bit differently than you may learn through a regular dietitian. We also talk about combating food cravings and how to make a plan that will stick. My whole focus is to help people go beyond the normal nutrition advice of anything and everything in moderation or portion control.
Sure.
To really taking a deeper look at the foods that can actually heal their bodies.
Right.
And that's what we're doing at Whole Foods Market.
Right. And tell me so far what your reaction has been to a place like Detroit, which is, Whole Foods is new to Detroit and new to Detroiters, but of course Whole Foods exists in big cities all over the country. What have you seen here that maybe is different or more interesting than somewhere else?
What really surprised me about Detroit is that people already had a foundation of nutrition knowledge and information.
Okay.
When you come from outside the city, you hear so many stereotypes about the city. I started visiting here last year before I moved here, And I was really amazed about how rich the Detroit culture is and how Detroit kind of reveals itself to you slowly if you're interested enough in taking time to really get to know the city. When people come to class, they're asking me advanced nutrition questions.
Is that right?
So they've been hearing it through someone else before. And then I start realizing you have Eastern Market here, you have Greening of Detroit.
Sure.
You have so many medical doctors and health professionals who are already working for years on this issue. You have alternative and naturopathic doctors working on this issue. So there's already this foundation of awareness, and the excitement has also been really surprising to see people come to class time and time again seeking more and more nutrition information.
Right.
It's been great.
Talk to me a little bit about the difference between healthy eating and, say, dieting or portion control, or the things that you might read about in sort of popular magazines about managing your food.
Oh, that's a great question. My goal is to help people make sense of all of that and to try to cut through the misinformation or just the abundance of information around superfoods and magical potions and elixirs. You know, I can lose weight in 10 days if I take this magic green coffee extract pill.
Right.
I want to help people just go back to basics and to take on a common sense approach to healthy eating. Really, we're going to eat grandma's foods. Maybe not exactly how she prepared it, but what I'm saying is we want to go back to eating from the earth.
Right.
So I'm teaching people
something that grows from the ground.
That grows from the ground.
Right.
So I'm teaching people, no matter what dietary path you follow, you can make a lifestyle of this if you build your meals around green and colorful vegetables, fruits, whole grains, not just whole wheat, but there's an abundance of whole grains, beans, peas, lentils, and some nuts and seeds. And that's really the foundation of my message.
Right. And that sort of set of values also is reflected in what I could buy at Whole Foods. I mean, I can't go to Whole Foods and buy, stuff with high fructose corn syrup in it.
We have very strict quality standards. So when you come into Whole Foods Market, you may not see some of your favorite products. We have a great selection of a wide variety of products, but you will never find anything with high fructose corn syrup, artificial additives, preservatives, sweeteners, or colors. We try to make sure that we are helping educate people to why that's important. We want them to understand that our quality standards are there to ensure that everything you buy will be natural, in its natural state, and a lot of the things you buy will be organic.
Right. And how do you guys fit in? I mean, there's been some controversy about Whole Foods and what it will be here and whether we need Whole Foods or other kinds of supermarkets. I keep saying, I've been here long enough to know we need a little bit of everything, especially right now, given the conditions in the city. But where do you see Whole Foods fitting into that sort of existing food landscape in Detroit?
We came here actually because of the existing food landscape.
Because there was already,
Because you already had Eastern Market, you already had the Greening of Detroit, you already had a conversation around food security and food access. I don't know if people realize how many awards Detroit actually wins for being a model city for urban agriculture.
Right.
And so those are the kind of things that kind of excited us, and we wanted to be a part of that. So we are hoping that we can be a good partner, a good neighbor. We want to reach out to all of those existing operations and just find ways to work together, because we really do believe that it has to be a combined approach, and we're just here to be a part of what's already happening in the city.
And Whole Foods is sort of renowned for working real closely with other food providers. I mean, so the bakery in Midtown, for
for
is going to provide you guys with food and
Avalon International Breads.
Right.
They're providing all of our artisan hearth-baked breads, and you will see a lot of local producers in our stores selling their products, and we want to continue to build upon that. You will see 72% of our workers are Detroit residents. So we're working really hard to be value added to the city, and to be a place where Detroiters can see themselves. So I just invite people to come down and check the store out. And I think they may be surprised at the pricing and at the feel of the store.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. I mean, some people were concerned that Whole Foods, because it's sort of a higher end grocery store, might not be for the people who live here in Detroit, but for people from other places. But you guys have worked real hard to make sure that it's accessible to Detroiters.
We are going right at it, and we're working really hard to make sure that we can drive the prices down. And a lot of that is really due to our committed vendors and producers who are lowering their prices to help us lower the prices for our customers. So we're passing that value on, and I think people will be really surprised when they walk in and see how easy it is to shop and afford good food.
Right.
We really want to make that the main thing.
Yeah, and one of the other great things about Whole Foods is that it's this, it's not just a grocery store, it's sort of a meeting place. I mean, if you go in there, you find people just sort of hanging out,
It
right?
is. I tell people, come to shop, stay to hang.
Yeah, right.
Come to shop and stay to hang.
Good.
Because you get in there, it's a little bit contagious. You have things on like Thursdays, Techno Thursday.
Right.
We have, wine tastings on Fridays, open mic night on Saturdays, Soulful Sundays. So there's always something going on, and we want it to be a meeting place for Detroiters.
Yeah, and so if I want to get involved with the nutrition classes or the other things that you guys are doing, how would I do that as a shopper?
The very best way to get involved is to email me, and then that will put you on my email list. You will get invitations to all of the free classes that are going to be happening.
Okay.
And you also can invite me out to come do free classes at your business or organization.
Right, and they can find your email on the Whole Foods website?
And I think you guys are going to put it up. Hopefully
We're
you
going to
guys
put it up.
put it up.
We'll show a screen
yes,
too. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So and anybody can do it, right? Obviously, it's open to anybody
To come to class?
to come to the classes.
Absolutely. Anyone can do it, and I think when it comes to the lifestyle change, I want to make that point. Anyone can do that as well.
Right.
If we get past looking at dieting and restricting ourselves, and just learn to enjoy the taste of beautiful produce, prepared different ways, we can help you get started. We're going to have not only the nutrition classes, but cooking classes as well, to show people how to
actually put it together and into a meal.
How to put it into a meal, and maybe you go and get some of those throwbacks like turnip greens or rutabaga or beets, but you want to put a new twist to it. We're going to walk people through that exact process.
Okay.
So eating can be not only helpful, but fun.
But fun.
But fun.
Okay. Well, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much for coming, and welcome to Detroit.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Just ahead on American Black Journal, the importance of staying active and physically fit as you age. We'll talk with a doctor who specializes in African American health and meet two Detroiters who have changed their lives by exercising and eating healthy. That's all coming up next. Hypertension, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and prostate cancer. These are some of the diseases that affect African Americans more than other ethnic groups. We know that diet, exercise, and regular medical checkups play a large role in achieving and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So joining me now to talk about health and wellness issues impacting older black men is Dr. John Flack, the principal investigator at the Center for Urban and African American Health at Wayne State University, and he's brought with him two Detroiters, Charles Morse and Charles Reese, who are both 65 years old and fitness buffs. We're going to test that out with some weights later, but we'll have a conversation first. Welcome to American Black Journal.
Thank you.
So tell me about the work that you're doing at Wayne.
Well, I'm a hypertension specialist and a cardiovascular epidemiologist. I have an active clinical practice focused on really tough to treat hypertension and a lot of the cardiovascular diseases that go with it. And we have studied interventions, including lifestyle, as well as some more high-tech interventions to control blood pressure and improve vascular health in very difficult to treat patients. And in fact, many of our patients are African American.
Yeah, and these are the killers, in our families, right? Hypertension, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, the things that you don't necessarily see lots of symptoms for. These are things you could be suffering from and not really know it.
Yeah, it's true that you can have high blood pressure or hypertension and not know it, but there are many people who have a cluster of more ill-defined symptoms, nervousness, occasionally chest pain, sleep disturbance. They can go to sleep and then they wake up in the middle of the night. When they go out and exercise, they have what we call poor exercise tolerance. They'll start exercising, they'll get tired real quick, fatigue. And those symptoms actually get better with treatment, headache as well.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so you two are of a certain age, shall we say, that most people wouldn't think you would be sort of fitness buffs or still active, but you seem to manage to do that, right?
Oh yes, I manage to exercise every day, 5 days a week, and Saturdays and Sundays I do strength and conditioning at home by lifting weights. But yeah, I go over to Wayne State's athletic department and exercise every day that I can through the week, 6 o'clock to about 9 o'clock in the morning.
And how long have you been doing this?
You know, when I first started out, I wasn't very regimented, but I would say after going about 9 months, I started to feel a lot easier, and I was able to go on more of the machines, and I was able to feel a lot better, less tension, no stress, and I just feel better. I feel better all the way around.
Right, right.
Well, Steve, how you doing?
Good. It's good to see you.
We're doing fine. We're partners.
Okay.
In the gym, and it works out to have a partner if you can have one.
Yeah, no, that makes a big difference.
It does. It really does. And we are on the treadmill, and we actually keep each other talking, and we've actually nicknamed ourselves Chuck and Chaz working out in the D.
Working out in the D. That's nice. I like that.
But anyway, it keeps us going, and we have our routines. And he's retired. I'm still working, and I know that for me, it reduces stress, keeps me focused when I leave the gym and start to work. So it's a real help.
Yeah, and both of you have medical histories that also would suggest maybe you might not be as active as you are, right?
Oh well, I did have prostate cancer I've been cancer free now for 4 years, and right after retirement in '08. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, but it was in stage 2, early stages, and I had radiation treatment for approximately 8 weeks, and it's all gone.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's one of the keys is that early diagnosis.
Early going to get your PSA test, and something that a lot of us don't do.
Right.
And also having a regular doctor that you can go to, at least I do, on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I find that just exercising and dieting being very important. Diet is so important.
Right.
Portions, and just fit. When you're full, stop eating.
Right. Right.
That's a big problem all of us have.
A lot of people don't do that.
I know because in the at least when I was working, you get up and you go to work, and there's bagels, and then you have maybe a salad at lunch, and the salad, that's really a dinner right there.
Right.
And then you're going to go home and have another dinner on top of that. You're not going to exercise. You're going to fall down, have a glass of wine or whatever you're going to have, and you're going to be sluggish and belly fat.
Right. Right.
Steve, one of the things that we're trying to push here is BMW, black male wellness. If you look at the statistics, and I can't believe this, but from 2003 statistics, they're saying that 40% of black men will not reach age 65 because of cardiovascular disease and other chronic illnesses. And so we want to start a movement for black male wellness. It doesn't seem to get a lot of play. It doesn't seem to get a lot of attention. But as I make my way around it as a healthcare professional, I see very few black men, a lot of black women in a lot of the senior buildings, and I'm concerned about that.
Sure.
And the black men that I do see are sitting around, or they're going to the store. Somehow we've got to.
They're not that active.
That's right. They're not that active, and somehow we've got to turn that tide.
We need a cultural change.
Sure. Tell me a little about your health history, Charles. I'm sorry, the other Charles.
Well, I take cholesterol and high blood pressure pills. Low dose. But again, it's I think it helps to manage the stress the exercise does, so that on an ongoing basis in terms of what I do during the day, it helps me power through the day.
Right.
It keeps me up in terms of energy level. And you know, it's just, I think you just make more effective and clear thinking when you have exercise in your program.
Sure. So both of you, though, one of the key things that you're noting here is that you're being treated, right? You're
Yes.
going to the doctor regularly,
Yes.
and they're finding the things that might be problematic and getting you fixed up.
Well,
that's
yeah,
another real problem.
It is,
African-American
and again, you know, for black men, I think between 50 and 65, you know, a lot of them don't have health insurance, and a lot of times, you know, it's that black machoism.
Sure.
You know, if it doesn't hurt, then there's nothing
I'm
wrong.
fine,
There's
right.
nothing, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, and it's usually a tragic situation because a lot of times those situations are building, and you know, when it starts to hurt, then it's really serious and maybe
it's
too late.
Right.
So
Right.
again, there needs to be more talk about black wellness among elder black men because we're dying before our time.
Right. This is something you've got to see a lot of in your practice. This dynamic of late diagnosis, not keeping up with doctor's appointments and things like that.
Yeah, I just want to make sure people know where I am. Chairman of the Department of Medicine at Wayne State University, and
Right.
Specialist in Chief for Internal Medicine for the Detroit Medical Center. And yes, we see a lot of disengagement of black men as being willing to come into the healthcare system. I think there's a fear factor. Black women are definitely more willing to come in and to get checked and to follow up regularly. Late diagnosis leads to a lot of problems. It's harder to treat certain diseases when you diagnose it late as opposed to early. Diabetes, we can pick up very, very early now just with the hemoglobin A1C test. Blood pressure is very straightforward to detect, and I would say that what we eat is very important, along with how active we are.
Sure.
In how tough it is to treat these diseases. If you eat fruits and vegetables and exercise, it's going to be a lot easier to control the blood pressure, limit your salt intake. You're also going to be less likely to develop these complications. And even if you do, it won't be as hard to treat and won't take as much medicine.
So eating fruits and vegetables actually can
Eating
help you
fruits and
even
vegetables
prevent these things?
Lowers blood pressure, lowers your blood sugar and your ability to handle glucose loads, and it's very, very important.
Yeah. If you were to give advice to not just older black men, but young black men, you know, I mean, people my age and younger, in terms of getting active if they're not active, what would you tell them?
Well, to start a regimen. Now, you're not going to be enthusiastically starting something off right away and really getting into it, because, like I said, it took me some time before I set up a routine that I felt comfortable with. And, you know, you build up your stamina, and it just, you know, one block falls to the other, and everything seemed to work hand in hand.
Right. And get a partner.
Yeah, right. If you can get a partner,
Right.
but you know, if you can't get a partner, you know, sometimes my third partner is my headphones, my
Right,
iPhone. You know what I mean?
right.
Because that can, you know, that can be a partner when you're exercising. If you got some music that you like, you know, something that you can listen to, that really helps you get started. But I think that for men of any age, you got to start somewhere. And again, if you do it, you realize the effect of it, the positive effect of it right away. So you just have to get in a habit, and sometimes, as you said, a partner can help. Headphones or iPad can help. Something that can help
Right.
accompany you and help the breaking in process a lot easier.
Sure. This is a city where, you know, health is one of the things that I think we don't talk enough about, how dire it is. You're on the front lines of that every day. What advice would you have for African American men in particular in Detroit to start turning this around?
Well, first, I think it starts with what you're eating, how much you're eating, and how active you are. That can help prevent a lot of diseases, and even if they do occur, they will occur at a lesser severity.
Right.
Get regular checks, see your physician. Don't be afraid to take medication.
Right.
One of the things I've noticed since I moved here a few years back is that I have more patients here than any place I've ever been who really just don't want to take medication.
They'll get it, but they won't take it.
For problems that they're not going to be able to control solely by changing their lifestyle.
Right.
And it's almost like you're going to get a badge of honor on your tombstone if you say, well, I didn't take this many medicine.
I didn't take that heart medicine.
And I keep telling them, you're not going to get a medal on your tombstone because you didn't take your blood pressure medication.
Right. You're just going to be dead.
You feel healthier,
Yeah.
and actually people are healthier if they take a couple of blood pressure medications but control their blood pressure.
Right.
But again, if they will do things with their diet and lifestyle, eat fruits and vegetables, and stay active, particularly aerobic activity, then they're going to need less medication.
You can stop it on the front end.
And I find that as a positive motivator to get people to try and take control of what they're doing, eating, and activity.
Okay. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us from our broadcast from our Midtown Detroit studios. We'd love to hear what you thought about today's program and get your ideas for future shows. So connect with us on Facebook and on Twitter. We'll see you next time on American Black Journal.
Lindsay wants to know,
So I'm curious, what's DTE Energy doing to improve their customer service?
why don't we take a ride over there and let Rachel tell us? Hello.
Hello, take a walk with me. Here at DC Energy, we're working very hard to improve our service, like answering every call under 1 minute and resolving the issue on the first call.
Wow, no passing the buck, huh?
Nope. And plus, we're adding over 100 customer service jobs right here in the state of Michigan.
I need to get a real job.
I'm going to send your application.
Thanks, Rachel. DTE Energy. Know your own power.